If you've seen my video on breaking free of the 9 to 5, then you already know how I feel about this cultural concept that the best use of your time is for you to go to a job that you don't enjoy in order to earn money to pay an endless series of bills. I know that you have passions, you have skills, talents, gifts, that if you were freed up to share those gifts, the world would be a more amazing place. As I mentioned, right now, our culture for many, many decades has been set up so that most of us, our gifts go unrecognized. We spend so much time at work that takes all of our energies, and at best we can apply a little bit of energy to our passion, which is called a hobby. But our world is changing, and technology and the internet in particular, they are creating new ways for us to live our lives. And today I would like to talk to you about a website that I think is making some big change. And I'm going to encourage all of us, you, to look into it and consider using it to help you break free of this 9 to 5 cycle. I'll make it clear right from the beginning, I'm not affiliated in any way with Patreon that I'm going to be talking about. There's a little backstory here that I'll share, but it's I really think they're doing something special, and I think that if we start taking advantage of it, it can make a big difference. So the backstory started a few years ago when my wife Rebecca and I were just pondering one night, and we come up with all kinds of great ideas, like, you know, all of us do. And our idea was, could we create a website where people could support each other to, you know, if you have that talent, that skill, if people could come and support you in making that real, in supporting you financially, so you didn't have to be spending so much time at that job that you despise. You could be applying more and more energy towards that hobby, which shouldn't be labeled a hobby because it's the real thing that you want to do with your life. It's the real gift you have to give to the world. And of course, for us, it died in the idea stage because we didn't have the technical know-how or the funds or, you know, even the first idea of the first step to take in creating a site like that. But you can probably relate, a lot of times you'll have this great idea, and then within a year or two, somebody else, they make the idea real. And that's what happened here. Along comes Patreon. And the idea behind this website is that you go on there and you create a profile, and then you can ask people to be your patrons. And the cool thing is, it doesn't, you know, if you want to become a patron of Rewild University, you don't have to devote 10% of your income or anything to Rewild University. It's just, you can commit to $1 a month, or $3 a month, or $5 a month. You know, whatever you want, but it doesn't have to be much. It can be $1 a month. And when a lot of people start giving that $1 a month, it adds up. And then people like you and me, we have these passions, we have this thing we're trying to give to the world. It frees up more and more of our time. You know, I think of it as there's just these two things. There's the work over here, the 9 to 5, and then there's your gifts. And right now, for most of us, it's probably 95% goes to work and 5% to our gift. This website, I think, by helping each other out, by becoming patrons of each other, we can start to shift that. You know, I don't think most of us are going to make it so we don't have to work at all, but we can make it so that it's 90%, 10%, or 60%, 40%, or 20%, 80%. I'm right in the midst right now of putting up, well, I just finished putting up the Rewild University Patreon page. And I'm excited about it because, I've been trying to basically support a family of 4 on this Rewild University, on this school that I have. But in my heart, I don't like to charge people. And so everything I put out there, it's basically all been payment optional. And we just put out that video course, and there was a suggested tuition for that video course. But I also said, if you want it for free, I'll give it to you for free, happily. And a lot of people have taken advantage of that, and I'm happy to give that video course for free. On my YouTube channel, as you know, I do not run ads. I never have, and I never will run ads, because I want you to be able to come on here and have quality content and not have ads flashing in your face. Even on my one-on-one work with people, there's the standard price tag that I have on my programs out here. The truth is, almost everybody that's come out here, except for a few that have chosen to pay full tuition, have had discounts, often very heavy discounts. I've even taken people on totally for free. And so I love that idea of making things payment optional. And this is a way that if you're supporting Rewild University through Patreon by becoming one of patrons of Rewild University, you can help me in that mission to continue to put out payment optional materials and to be able to stay productive so that I don't have to go work at McDonald's 90% of the time. And then, well, it already shows, because the truth is I have students and other side projects that I'm trying to do in order to support the family. And what that means is that at best I'm getting a video out every 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm seeing so much response from these videos that I want to be getting those videos out more often. I mean, I have a huge list of videos that I want to make, but it goes so slow, I'm never going to get to the bottom of that list. So that's the reason that I created a Patreon page. You have a skill, you have a talent. Maybe it's making videos, maybe it's leatherworking, maybe it's poetry. Patreon is beautiful because whatever content you're creating, whether it's dance, or it's costumes, or it's forging knives, you can create a page on there, and then you can start asking people to be your patrons. And it's easy to do. I just went through the process, and then I'm just going to start with family and friends and saying, hey, would you like to support us with $1 or $3 a month? And then if you have social networking, you can put it out on your social networking. And hopefully people will start to support you and to tell other people about it. And if you can just get a whole bunch of people giving you $1 a month saying, I believe in you, in what you're doing, and I want to free up more of your time so that you can be devoting yourself to this craft. One thing that's important to realize is that there is not, at least I've not been able to find it yet, an established community of traditional skills type people on Patreon. There's a lot of kind of popular culture stuff on there, but I would like to see together us create a community of people that are concerned with nature-based skills. And I know that there's some of you out there who, for instance, are looking to start a wilderness school or survival school. let's get on Patreon, and then down in the comments below, I want people, once you're on Patreon, to tell us about what you're doing. And that hopefully will draw people to your Patreon page, and you can start gaining support, and we can create a community of people supporting each other's endeavors to help people live richer lives, to reconnect with nature, to continue a lot of these traditional skills like leatherworking and blacksmithing and tanning hides. Even, you create art that has to do with nature. You paint it, or you're a sculptor or photographer. This is the kind of community I would like to see come together on Patreon and grow. And that's something we'll have to build together. Really consider, what is it in your heart that you should be doing? If we should all be doing work, and I guess I shouldn't use the word should, but to me, that's the world I envision. A world where all of us are doing work that not only enriches us when we're doing it personally, but we know it's good for the world. So, what is that inside you that you really want to be doing? Put that vision out, put it in the comments, and start a Patreon page, and let's start trying to build support for each other. The comments below can be a resource for that as we build this community together. So that's my vision, is a world where your gift isn't being smothered by your need to go to that job that you don't enjoy and then getting caught in that cycle of bills. If you take advantage of Patreon, there's others like it, I believe. It's called crowdfunding, but Patreon is doing it specifically for people that craft things. So if you can take advantage of that and start to derive some income from patrons who support you and believe in you, there it is. Your gift can start to get out there and make this world a more amazing place. If you'd like to support Rewild University, I would be honored to have you as a patron. When you become a patron, you help me to be able to devote my energy to these videos, these teachings that so many of you have told me have really helped out in your life. And you, check this out. Believe in yourself. You have gifts that this world needs. This is a shift in our culture. And if we take advantage of it, I think some amazing things can happen. Thanks for watching, my friends. Talk with you soon.